Alright, today we're going to do the first oil change on my John Deere 3025E. Alright, this is my John Deere 3025E. It's a 2021, I believe, and it's never looked this clean except for when it was brand new. I just cleaned it, I pressure washed it, I scrubbed it with an actual wash mitt and soap, because it was looking pretty dang crusty and neglected and muddy, you know, so it's looking nice, it makes me happy. So this thing has 80 hours on it. The first oil change was supposed to happen at 50, which I feel bad about, but after that it's every 300 hours. So we're a little late on this first initial oil change, but it'll be alright. That's pretty much it. I'm going to show you how to do the oil change. It's going to be a pretty quick video. I'm just basically going to go through, do the oil change, grease everything, inspect everything, check the other fluids, and then it'll be back in service till its first service at 300 hours. Let me tell you a little bit about this thing. We've got the bucket for it, we've got the box blade, and we've got forks for it, and this thing has been so useful I couldn't imagine living without it at this point. So I'm super happy to have it. We use it all the time just to move stuff around. We use the bucket a lot to build our retaining wall and scoop stuff and move gravel and all kinds of stuff. And I use the box blade all the time to fix the driveway, because the driveway's gravel. When it rains real hard, it washes a lot of the gravel down. So I go out there with a box blade and clean that up. And we use the forks for tons of stuff. So I mean, this thing is just super useful. It's a decent sized tractor. I believe it's a compact. It's not a subcompact is the little yard ones. We don't have a mower deck for it. It would be nice to have one, because sometimes we do have a pretty good amount of grass, but I got a riding mower to do that. But I love this thing. It has given me absolutely zero problems so far, and we're going to take care of it and make sure she is good to go until her next service. Alright, so first things first, how do you open the hood on this thing? First time I tried to do it, I'm looking around, I'm looking for a lever, I'm looking for something, I can't find anything. There's this little symbol right here, and you're like, oh, that looks like it's to open the hood, but there's nothing there. What do? There's nothing. What they want you to do is come in here with your key, press this little button basically, and there you go, the hood's open. Alright, so that'll throw you for a loop if you've never done it before. Then we're going to go ahead and take this side panel off, which I believe just involves turning these two little knobs. Yep, and then this will come out of the way, just like that. Alright, so let's talk about what we need, some things that we need to do this oil change. Number one, this is our fill right here. So that's our oil fill right there. We're just going to leave that loosely in there for now. Our oil filter is right here, and our drain plug is right here. So it's pretty simple. It's all pretty accessible. The only thing you need to do to get to this, like I said, like I showed you, was to take that side panel off. Other than that, you can access everything without that, but I don't think you'd be able to fill it with that panel on it. It's only two little turns of the quick detach screw things, and then it's off. So it's worth doing. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop a pan under here. This thing is actually, I warmed it up a little bit. It's not super warm, but you know, I got it up to a little bit above, you know, it's not, at least not cold. I'm gonna put a pan under here. We're gonna drain this thing out. Okay, so let's see, what size is this? Alright, 17 mil. I figured it would probably be metric. 17 millimeter drain plug. Well, dirtier than I thought it was. It's still very clean for diesel oil. Definitely. Alright, let's let that drain out. So while that's draining, I'm going to do some checking on some things. Like this right here. So this is our front axle. This is how you check it. Got a dipstick. So let's clean that. Now the manual has all the intervals for changes on all this stuff. Okay, so we're good there, and that stuff is crystal clear, so super clean. Front axle, that's good. Fuel and oil separator right here. If that little red thing was floating in the bottom, that would mean that we have water in our fuel, and we need to drain the water off until the little red float comes back down. But it's not. Back here, this is our transmission, and this is the dipstick for that. Perfect, super clean, not even a hint of dirt yet. So that's good. I need to go through and I need to grease all the zerks. There's a bunch on the front end loader. There's a couple underneath, like the pivot for the axle there, and I think there's a couple in the rear. Those are all in your owner's manual. And then the last thing I need to do, man, this is not draining. Might have to, wonder if that thing is clogged. Anyway, so the last thing I need to do is to pull the air filter out and make sure that that's clean. Now there's a couple other things like checking the alternator belt. That feels pretty good. Little things like that. It's all listed in your manual, but mainly we're just going over oil change and your normal stuff. So I might actually need to take this side panel off. Yeah, it looks like I do. And that's definitely got some dirt on it. So we're going to take that guy out and we're going to blow it out for sure. And we'll see what that inner filter looks like. But we got to take this side panel off here. So quarter turns. There you go. That's off. So let's pull this out. So this right here is supposed to be like a collection of dirt. Okay. And there's nothing in there, so. Yep, that's got some dirt on it for sure. Look at that. The inner filter though is super clean. So this is doing its job for now. It's not due to be changed for a while. I'm just going to go ahead and take the air compressor and blow it off. Alright, that's cleaned out. One thing I like to start when I blow out filters, I like to start on the inside, basically, so you're not actually like just blowing dirt into or through the filter. So if you start on the inside, you're blowing that dirt back out, and then I'll finish by blowing off out. Alright, so we take this guy, slide it back in there, put this guy back on. This guy points down. Right here it says top. I'm losing my sticker. Put that back on there. There we go. Alright. Okay, we went ahead and put that drain plug back in. I don't know if I missed that. I thought I had it recording, but maybe not. So all we do is put the drain plug back in. Now we got the oil filter here. Let's see if we can do it by hand. We cannot. That's that's the wrong size. Alright, let's see what this is. Huh? Well, I don't have the right size, apparently. Alright, see if we can get it with these. Oh, that's too big. Okay. This one's like a motorcycle size, but I think it'll work for this. Oh. Man, that was on there good. Whew. Alright, so here's our oil filter. Bought a 3-pack of them on Amazon, so I'll have some for a while. M806419. Oh, that's not right. Oh man, it's the right one, but it's quite a bit smaller than the one that came on here. It's got the right size seal and everything, but it's pretty small. I wonder if I can find the right. Alright, does this have a number on it? It does not, it's just a black filter. Okay. Well, that's not confidence inspiring. I'm sure it'll work fine, but I would obviously rather have the larger of the filters. So I don't know if there's another number out there to get one that's this size. The seal is the same size. You can see how much extra there is on the outside. The seal is the same size. You can see how much extra filter there is out here. On this one, the filter ends at the end of the seal, so it's quite a bit smaller in diameter. But that's what they recommended, so that's what we got. So the next thing we got to do is we just got to fill this thing up. So set you guys up, show you what kind of oil we got. We'll get a funnel that will fit into here, and we'll fill this guy up. 4.5 quarts. Alright, so we got this long funnel. Go down in here. It's not really necessary, but it makes it easy. I got this off of Amazon. This is what they recommend. 15W40 plus 50. Actually, they recommended the 1030, but I actually couldn't find that other than in quarts. And that stuff, the quart stuff, was for like the subcompact tractors. So I read around on the forums, and this seems to be fine. I don't see why it wouldn't be. In fact, I think it's probably a better choice, but you can make that decision. So 1030 or 1540 in a diesel, I don't know. I'm usually going to choose the heavier stuff. So plus, I'm not in a super cold environment. So this is supposed to take 4.5 quarts. So I'm going to have to stop half a quart shy of emptying this thing. Or is this 4 quarts? I think this might be 4 quarts. 1 gallon. Yeah, this is 4 quarts. So we'll go ahead and dump this whole thing in here. And then we'll crack the other one. I think you can get away with using just about any diesel oil, but you know, this is what they recommend, so it's kind of an easy choice just to go, okay, and buy it, you know, and you don't have to worry. I don't know if this is better oil than what you can just buy at the parts store for your truck, but it might be a little different. Dipstick is down here. Grab that guy out of there. Oh, we're already looking like it's pretty much full, so. Alright, so it says 4.5 quarts in the manual, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a splash from this container here, because that's 1 gallon, 4 quarts. So we'll get a little bit more in here, and then we'll run it, and we'll check it to make sure. Alright, we got that guy there. Let's go ahead and crank this thing up. Alright, let's let that settle for a minute. Alright, let's go ahead and check this. Oh yeah, that's looking fine. Perfect, right at the top. Let's run that. Alright, let's put these sides back on. There we go. I'm gonna go around and grease all my grease fittings, but that's it for this. I mean, it's a very simple job. You know, there's a few other things that you should be checking along with it. But this thing, everything is solid on it, and it's ready to go back into use. We don't put a ton of use on it. We've had it for over a year, and like I said, we got 80 hours on it, and we worked it a lot. So I think most of this stuff is going to be yearly and not necessarily on the hour count, because like oil changes. Actually, the first transmission changes at 200. Let's talk about that real quick. So in the back here, you got engine maintenance. You got all your maintenance stuff. And then there was this chart, let's see, that had all the intervals on it. Troubleshooting, specifications. Okay, so service records. So every 10 hours, they want you to check a bunch of stuff. It's just checking. Every 15 hours, check a few more things and grease some things. Also, every 10 hours, they want you to grease stuff. So 2 hours, it says first change transmission and oil filter. And so that's going to come up. And then every 400 hours, engine oil. So, and then 600 hours. So you just have to look through. So it looks like actually engine oil is like every year or 400 hours. We're not going to put 400 hours in a year, so we'll do oil changes every year. Transmission changes every 200 hours. Maybe we'll just do everything like every 200 hours or something. I'm not sure yet, but we don't use this thing as much as the intervals really tell you. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you didn't find it useful, hopefully you found it entertaining. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please smash the like button for me. Hit the subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to get notified of future videos coming out from DJ's Hot Rod and Fab. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.